In this video, I'm gonna give you 4 tips you can use to start your detailing business in 2022. And if you've been watching my videos over the last week or so, you'll know that today, SEO for Detailers opens up for enrollment. You can click the first link down in the description box. So SEO for Detailers is my online course that teaches you how to rank your website on the first page of Google in your local area for targeted keywords. So if you're in Austin, you'd wanna rank for keywords like Austin auto detailing or Austin car detailing. This is the exact same thing that has helped us grow past $10,000 per month in our detailing business. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this video. So tip number 1 is it never gets any easier. I don't care if you're waiting to get a bigger budget to buy more tools and products, or to just have more capital to work with, or if you're gonna go and get trained and certified before you take on any clients, or you just want more experience and you wanna work on more personal vehicles like your friends, family, to get more confidence and experience. Like, no matter what you do before you get started, it doesn't make it any easier once you actually start, because there are different levels to starting and growing your detailing business, right? One area that you're focused on is going to be the detailing portion of it, right? How do you clean an interior? How do you clean leather? How do you actually do paint correction? How do you apply a ceramic coating? But then there's all the other areas of your business. Well, how do you charge customers? How do you communicate with customers? How do you confirm customers' appointments? How do you even get customers in the first place? How do you create a great customer experience? How do you actually handle the finances? And then there's so many other things that you want that you're gonna have to run into. So you might be saying, well, you know what? I wanna make sure I buy all the tools and products, and I wanna make sure I get my van wrapped, and I wanna make sure I get trained and certified. And okay, great. You have now covered 3% of what you're supposed to be doing in order to actually run a successful and profitable detailing business. So as much time as you're contemplating and planning and trying to get all your ducks in a row, you're not seeing the whole big picture until you actually start and you start making those decisions and say, hey, I want to go get customers now. That's when things actually get going, right? The famous quote by Mike Tyson, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. It's 100% true. You might say, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. Here's all going to happen, and here are the results that I'm going to get. Then once you actually get the ball rolling, it's a completely different story. So it never gets easier, as far as you'll always run into problems. You'll always have obstacles. You'll never be 100% ready. Even right now, with the small team that we have, making over $10,000 per month with a shop, a van, we still run into problems all the time, because the problems will always come. What makes it easier is you getting those different experience points, saying, okay, well, with this customer, this vehicle, in this condition, with this service, I did it this way. And this one's not similar, but I can apply that experience over here, and maybe I can do this. That's the only way you get better at things. But you'll always run into some type of problem. Don't think that you're gonna start your business in the perfect time to where you won't run into anything or you won't have any problems. That is a completely made up fantasy you have in your head. No matter what you do, how much money you have, how prepared you are, you will still run into problems. Yes, it helps if you have $15,000 over $500 to start your business. It's better just to say, okay, you know what? Regardless of how much I'm trying to prepare, it's better to start now, because either way, I'm gonna run into problems. Tip number 2, which I've been saying for years now, but it's progress over perfection. Meaning, start with what you have right now, and I don't care what it is, but you start with what you have, because where you are today is not where you'll be tomorrow, or 6 months from now, or 2 years from now, or 5 years from now. So if you're saying, man, well, I really want to make sure I have a 15 millimeter throw polisher and a 3-inch polisher and a 1-inch polisher, and I want to make sure I go and get trained before I actually service customers, and I want to make sure my website is perfect and my business cards are ready before I get started. Well, it's like, you'll never be 100% ready. That will never happen, right? I'm trying to be very, very realistic, because you'll hear that a lot from me. Like, you'll never be anything 100%, like never. I don't care at whatever point that you are. As you grow your business, as you get more customers, as you just progress in business, you will just realize that there's just more things that you can learn. There's more things that you can do. There's more things that need to get done. I mean, you'll never have a empty to-do list in your business. There's always something that you have to do. So have the mindset, which is why, I don't know if you've seen those shirts that I have where it says progress over perfection, because that's basically what I do with anything. The podcast that I started, link down below, it is the first episode. It is the audio that I edited, not that good. The way I was breathing, not that good. Like the overall quality of the first podcast episode that I have, not that great. But in my head, I'm like, I don't really care, because I know from the first episode that I published to the 20th episode that I published, I know it's gonna be a big difference. I'm gonna learn as I go. So I'm not gonna hear and procrastinate and contemplate and plan and this and that. Let me just get the first episode out, because I know doing that in itself will teach me a lot of things moving forward. If you go back to my earlier YouTube videos in 2015, they're cringy, low quality video, crappy audio. My charisma on screen is crap. But over time, from the first video to the 20th video, to the 100th video, to the 400th video, it is a complete night and day difference, right? And that's the exact same thing that goes with business, right? When I started back in 2011, I thought I was a good enough detailer. I thought I knew what I was doing. But if I look back from where I am today, right now, to 2011 Oscar, it's a completely night and day difference, right? So from you, where you are right now, with whatever tools and products that you have, I don't care if it's just a bucket, a wash mitt, and a towel, or if you have a full decked out van, no matter where you are right now, it's not where you'll be 2 months from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now. It's not. As long as you keep on staying consistent, you're trying to get better in whatever way that means, because that could be in hundreds of ways. As long as you're being consistent, you're improving, and you're always putting your best foot forward, you'll just naturally improve as you go along. Communicating with customers, the results that you deliver, the choice of tools and products, depending on the service that you're after. Like so many things, not so many things, everything will improve as you go along. So don't get so stuck up like, oh no, well, I don't have my shirts yet. Oh no, well, what am I supposed to price on this truck? What do I price on this interior? What do I price for this correction? It's like, no matter what you charge, even if you're lowballing yourself because you're just getting started, over time, you'll get better, right? Even if you're not 100% confident in your interior cleaning skills, over time, you'll get better. Tip number 3 is please don't overcomplicate the process. I know when you're searching YouTube videos or reading blog posts or asking other detailers what they use and what they did to start, it's easy to be like, oh, so I need these 20 different products, and I need this pressure washer and foam cannon and reel and hose and air compressor, and okay, so I also need this and I need that, and also you got this and you got... No, you don't need to overcomplicate the process. What you need, it sounds so rudimentary, it sounds so simple, but what you need is just to start. Because starting and taking action will teach you so much more than trying to plan for every single little thing, right? So if you go and get 5 customers, I don't care if it's just a basic wash, and that's it. If you go out and get 5 customers and you charge them even just $15 per wash, that in itself will teach you a lot more about business, about talking to customers, about pricing, about everything, versus you asking other people or you watching a video like this about starting a business. You learn a lot more by taking action than planning and contemplating, right? And of course, to a degree, you have to plan. Of course, I'm not saying you just go out there, quit your job, throw $10,000 and then start your business. Of course not. But what I'm saying is, please don't overcomplicate what doesn't have to be overcomplicated. That's why on all my videos and even on the proper care videos, I try to keep things very simple and practical, because what someone can teach on the technical side of detailing or on the business side doesn't always translate to a real world application of detailing customers' vehicles, right? If you go get trained or if you go talk to other detailers, they might talk very, very technical or really dial in on, well, make sure about the polish and the paint correction and the swirls and the ceramic coating, and you're supposed to do this step and that step, and no, you're not supposed to clay without polishing, and make sure that you're doing the iron remover every single time or you're gonna damage the paint, and this and this and this and that. It's very easy to be like, whoa, so it is kind of crazy. Like you need to have that in place. But the reality is, what the customers actually perceive as like value is nowhere near what a detailer wants to do, right? So a detailer wants to do step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But the customer is like, after a wash, they're like, wow, that looks amazing. What did you do to it? It's like, I just washed it, right? But it's like what the detailer does and thinks and wants to do is completely different than what the customer perceives, wants, and is willing to pay for, right? So the best advice, which is kind of like a theme of this entire video, is you simply get started with what you have, you get better over time, And that's what will kind of unfold and let you see what you really need, right? Like don't do what I did and what many other detailers do. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna spend $2,500 on tools and products when you don't even have any customers, when you don't really know what to do. And it's like, you don't like, as far as like, don't think, okay, so I have to go get all these crazy pads and polishes. Like, no, you don't. Like, what you need is to go and offer services and go make money right now. And as you go along, you will learn. But if you try to sit there and look at other detailers' videos, and it's very easy to get lost in the sauce, as they say, and say, man, like I need all these things. Oh, what's all this? Oh, so I need to be doing these 4 different things. It's like, no, like cut all that out, right? Like this weekend, right? Go and get 1 customer for $15. Whatever that is. I don't care if you're just vacuuming the inside, you're washing the car, and like whatever it is. Like just go out and get a customer. And that itself, you'll be like, oh, okay, so that's what I need to do. It's that straightforward. Like we don't need to, we don't need to go get a bunch of licenses, and we don't need to get permits, and we don't need to go and get like, a license from the state that we're certified. Like we don't need any of that. It's just, you get your tools and products, you go find a customer, you charge them, and you service the vehicle, right? Beginning level, of course, right? As things progress and you grow in your business, yeah, there's some complexity, because now it's like, okay, how do I manage a team of 3? Oh, how do I get 4 customers on the schedule? Oh, how do I manage a van? Like, yes, at that point, it gets a bit more difficult because there's a lot more moving parts. But as far as getting started, please don't overcomplicate the process. It's very easy to do so, and you don't need to do that. And I'll go ahead and wrap up the video right there. Hopefully you took some nuggets away that you can apply into your business or as you start your detailing business. Again, if you want to check out SEO for Detailers, it's going to close this Monday, the 5th. You can check the link, the description box down below on the first link, and you can enroll into the program. Or if you want to check out my podcast, the Detailing Business Class podcast, my second YouTube channel, the Proper Gear channel, or anything else, everything will be linked down below. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to everyone on the next video. Bye-bye.